Hello, this is Jennifer with Ultimate Closet. How are you all doing? Well, this video today has nothing to do with style and fashion. I wanted to just come on to say how elated I am about my country, where I was originally born and grew up. Came here in my 20s, late 20s. But I wanted to say I am so elated about the help that Jamaica is currently receiving from all over the world. It would be such a wonderful, wonderful thing if this kind of camaraderie, this kind of love, this kind of support is shown all over the world. And yeah, I just wanted to say, because I've been watching the news, I've been watching the Jamaica's local news, I've been watching YouTube videos that I have been watching just to keep up with what's going on. And, so far, I tell you guys, like I said, it just lifts my heart just to see the outpour of support that Jamaica is getting. Now, I have family members that I heard that lost their roofs, and my brother, he's a double amputee, and his daughter, the most they lost was power. Of course, there were some flooding and stuff like that there, but it didn't affect them to the point where they were out of commission. But during the whole process, my niece was sending me pictures. So I was seeing pictures of some of the damages that took place. For instance, there was one big tree that got rooted up. Fortunately, it didn't fall on any building or anything like that. But, of course, there's going to have to be recovery for that big old tree, falling like that. There's going to be somebody to remove that, right? And then there were other families that were affected, by what was going on in their neck of the woods. But the outskirts that experience the worst of it, Savlamar, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Montego Bay, those places, I really just, my heart goes out to the families that lost loved ones, that lost produce, livestock, things like that, that's still probably just trapped in the disaster there. So I am so like I said, elated that you have private people, like I know for sure, because I've seen it. I'm not sure who else, but like Shaggy, and those and who he rounded up to be able to ship food and bring food into the country. There is help from Europe, there's help from China, I think Japan is where they mention, because Jamaica is so diverse. Their businesses that is predominantly owned by the Asians, so there is support from that end. Europeans, of course, there are a lot of Europeans there are a lot of Indians there, so it's such a diverse culture. And so this is where all that support has kicked in. And of course, there are behind the scenes support that I'm pretty sure was not mentioned before this disaster, but now with just to give recognition and highlights of what's happening, and the help that these other countries are offering is, I'm telling you guys, it amazes me. I am loving it, and I just wanted to, like I said in one of my last video, just to pray for the health and the strength of all those people that are assisting with what's happening. I just saw the news where there was people from all different profession that flew in. They have obstetrician, not obstetric, is it obstetric? The OBGYNs. In case anyone goes into labor. They have surgeons, in case anyone, needs surgery or anything like that. They have an emergency department that's set up in is it Black River? Yeah, it's set up in Black River, to where they have the health resources that they need. So it makes me rejoice. And I just want to give God thanks because I know it is the work of God. I know that is a God move. The Bible talks about helping others and loving others. And so, even just today, there was a scripture that I was listening to from Romans, and it was saying not to pretty much neglect your brothers and your brethrens. So this is a big example of what's written in the Bible. So like I said, I just thank God. I thank God for everyone. If I had time and money, like I've said, before, my heart really, really would be to give, and yeah, if I had the manpower, the build and the the strength and everything to go now, I would, because that's where my heart is, in things like that, to help others that are less fortunate. But yeah, like I said, just wanted to come on and just say what it is that I'm experiencing, what I'm hearing, just in case my viewers or anyone who knows me may ask the question, like, how's your family, stuff like that. Hopefully this is helpful information to you all. And just like I said, to see the love and support that Jamaica is getting, and hopefully this will continue and spread throughout the world. All right, guys, so just stay blessed, stay encouraged, and I do have a clothing sale that's coming up, so see my previous video where I spoke about that, and I'll get some more information out to you as soon as I have some things kind of set in stone. All right, but thank you so much for watching. You will see me in the next video. Bye.